Pushilin in Pokrovsk, dances for female students in honor of the Day of Nationalities. What happens if you sign a contract with the Ministry of Defense? The truth from a soldier. A mobilized soldier was evicted from the apartment that was given to him. Ukrainian journalists called a Russian soldier. Shocking content. China is taking over Russia. Residents can't do anything about it. The singer Yolka has embarrassed herself and Ukraine. Hello everyone, my name is Yulia Kort, and this is the program In Trend. Every day we bring you the latest news, show interesting videos, and debunk fakes. In Russia, it seems like every day is a holiday. Putin has declared another day off. This time it's November 4th, in honor of the dubious Day of National Unity. And here's what I want to tell you. Today is only November 2nd, but they're already starting to celebrate. So typically so Russian. At the Bryansk branch of the Russian Economic University, a muscular, half-naked chocolate bunny came out to 17-year-old female students, posing seductively against the backdrop of friendship of peoples. So is this already the observance of Putin's traditions and values? Congratulations, Russians. Russian public pages are rejoicing. The collaborator Pushilin posted a video supposedly from the Pokrovsk direction.
Dear friends, today we are working on the Krasnoarmysk direction. There is an opportunity to reward the guys and of course to find out the real situation. What's actually happening? What can I say? The situation is unfolding not just simply, but with heavy fighting, urban combat. Nevertheless, we see that our units are advancing. A bit later, there will be more information on the channel. Well, of course, the guys are truly just heroes. And right now, despite the very difficult weather conditions, despite the fact that the enemy is actively trying to counterattack, our unit, they know exactly what needs to be done and keep moving forward. See you on the channel.
Journalists managed to geolocate the video. Pushilin is in Ocheretine, which is 32 kilometers from Pokrovsk. Journalist Rebki reports that the Ukrainian Defense Forces have cleared Rodinsky and shows footage from there. The Russians are bombing positions that were still under their control as of October 26th. Rodinsky is the northern flank of the Pokrovsk-Mirnohrad agglomeration and the main road to Mirnohrad. Losing control over Rodinsky makes it more difficult for the Russian group to encircle Pokrovsk from the north. As for Pokrovsk itself, Deep State confirms that Russian troops continue to be pushed back from the southern side of the city and notes the expansion of the gray zone. There are rumors that Gerasimov has dismissed the commander of the 51st Combined Arms Army in the Russian Federation, Lieutenant General Sergei Melchakov. Additionally, the commander of the 132nd Separate Motorized Rifle Brigade, Major General Sergei Naimushin, has also been removed from his post. He signed a contract and now he's not hiding from Ukrainians, whom Russian soldiers are scared with, but from his own people. Yet another Russian serviceman describes how, on orders from the command, doctors are routinely declaring wounded soldiers fit for duty. Commanders send them back without hesitation, often straight to certain death.
The medics working at the field hospital are carrying out the outrageous orders of the commanders. So the guys who are wounded, they send them back into battle, to the front line, without cover, without artillery support, without anything, straight to certain death.
Those who dare to protest or complain to the prosecutor's office are zeroed out. Now the soldier himself is forced to hide from his own commanders just to survive.
Guys who don't obey, like me for example, or who try to seek justice. If they try to push the pedal, meaning to appeal to some authorities, they just get rid of them and kill them, their own people kill them. I never thought, when I signed the contract, that I would have to hide from my own.
There's simply no mobilization, says Putin. They twist things however they can. Sometimes it's the convicts, sometimes it's colleagues. If a person is breathing, that means he can go on an assault already. And now the FSIN staff in Sverdlovsk region have started going door to door. They set out on their rounds, not to go caroling, but to recruit. Together with representatives from the military enlistment office, they go into the homes of convicts and try to persuade them to sign a contract. The methods are standard. They promise benefits, forgiveness of sins, and even expungement of criminal records. In Russia, you can earn a second chance by ending up in a trench under the guise of patriotism. And then they'll end up at war. And if they survive, which is unlikely, they'll be abandoned, just like this so-called hero of Putin's special operation in Yakutia. He's being evicted from the apartment that was given to him for going to another country to kill. He lived there under a social rental agreement until the court restored ownership to the former owners from whom the apartment had previously been illegally seized.
October, the month. Guys, this is the SO zone. That's how things are done here, you see? That's it. They've come, the bailiff, taking my apartment away from me. In winter. That's how the staff saw it, you see. That's right. So they came, taking my apartment at night. By the way, they took it in the evening, at night. So guys, don't go to war.
The whole situation is reminiscent of non-occupied Donbass, where first apartments are taken from people, then handed over for show to new owners, and after a while, those new owners end up on the street as well. In short, Keria was out of luck. The administration just shrugged, there's no other housing available. And the only available apartment needs major repairs. Another homeless SO fighter. And now the Roma are being sent to war. A large-scale law enforcement raid took place near Tula. As a result of the raid, 35 people were taken to the military enlistment office. 5 cars were seized and about 1 million rubles were confiscated. I doubt that this money or the cars will actually go to support Russian soldiers. But of course, they'll present it as aid for the army. Meanwhile, yet another official will get renovations done at their dacha.
Every voice matters. Join our community, support independent journalism and help us bring you the truth from Ukraine. Become a member of Ukraine Today. Join us now.
To this day, Russian propaganda insists that the tragedy in Bucha is a lie. I don't know how they can even bring themselves to say such things or how they sleep at night afterwards. But in Ukraine, a country that has been deeply affected by the ongoing conflict with Russia, authorities and local communities are once again presenting new evidence that highlights what Russian soldiers did in the Kyiv region in the year 2022. As part of their efforts to document these tragic events, journalists have been preparing a detailed investigation into the mass shootings that took place in the town of Bucha, a place that has become widely recognized as a symbol of the suffering caused by the war. During this investigation, these journalists managed to reach by phone one of the individuals believed to have been involved in these killings. This rare contact has provided important insights into the circumstances surrounding the atrocities, contributing to the ongoing search for truth and justice for the victims and their families. I said, we're conducting an investigation. We have documented you on Yablonska Street in the city of Bucha during the shooting of local peaceful residents. We want to know if you were present.
You.
Who are you? We're conducting an investigation. We're journalists.
You.
Who are you? We're journalists. Ukrainian Service of Radio Liberty. Tell me, were you involved? Were you there?
I was involved.
That was a sergeant from the 234th Air Assault Regiment from Pskov, Vladimir Barzunov. During the conversation, Barzunov admitted that the Russian army killed civilians in Bucha and described details of the shootings in which he himself was involved.
Yes.
Vladimir Vladimirovich, can we talk? Is this a good time?
Yes, sure, let's try.
Well, you were in Bucha, weren't you? In March 2022.
Let's say I was...
281, I think, yes, the BMD-4 vehicle, which belongs to your 5th company, and perhaps you remember, we made sure to let Barzunov know that we had studied him in detail. You know?
You have my number. How did you get it?
Well, you know, we do our research, we study all of this. Back then, you were wearing a black and white scarf, what we call an arafatka.
Arafatka? Yeah, that's right.
The fighters from your unit were going around the house near Fora, near the supermarket. This was on the 4th around 5 in the evening. And then there was also the murder of a man, Dmitry Konovalov, that happened there. You definitely remember that incident.
The one who ran out from around the corner and attacked the servicemen.
We have witnesses who say he didn't run out, he was just standing there.
No, he attacked the serviceman and the serviceman shot him point blank. Documents. I personally checked his documents myself to see if he was a serviceman because he attacked a soldier.
Well, he wasn't a serviceman, was he?
No, he wasn't, yeah, but he attacked a soldier.
The suspicions are falling on you, Vladimir Vladimirovich.
Let them fall, so what?
So you don't care that a person was killed? You don't care?
I don't care. To begin with, I have to talk to him now. If you want to talk, call me in the evening, Moscow time.
This once again proves that Russia is a country of terrorists. Russian military are murderers of innocent civilians, including unarmed people. While Xi is shaking hands with Putin behind the scenes, it's a different story. A friendly country as well. They abandoned the Russians?
It seems like China is a friendly country, but I'll tell you this, not a single Chinese bank will open an account for you if you're a Russian citizen. That's a real red flag. Because we've already gone through the banks and they all say to foreigners, yes to Kyrgyz, yes to everyone, but not to Russians. We can't open an account for you. That's how it is. What do you think that exactly means?
Meanwhile, China is quietly taking over Russia. The authorities are hiding it, and the locals don't know if they'll be able to save their homeland.
The television said basically there will be a factory, jobs, here you go, take that, as they say. But it's all China, it was all done for China. Well, everyone perfectly understands what's going on around here. They come, they work, they cut down these birch trees. The poor red forest, they're hauling away centuries-old pines. All of this is with the permission of our higher authorities. If they wanted to ban it, they would have banned it. What can you say about that? Well, ordinary people aren't going to go after them with pitchforks, right? Everything seems to be legal within the framework of the law.
Your civic stance, I mean, that's really your core message, the point you're making. Let them work, let them work. But the fact that they're destroying and cutting down our forests, wasting and squandering everything we have, it's not them, it's not me, it's our governments.
Do they not care about the people? Well, there are plenty of resources. It'll last us a lifetime. Russia's huge. Let's cut everything down, dig everything up, auction it all off. Why should we care? We live for today and we don't give a damn about the next generation.
Well, what do you think about this? Write in the comments how China is taking over Russian land. And don't forget to like this video and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything interesting. Raids on migrants in the Russian Federation continue. What will happen to Russian cities? For example, in St. Petersburg, what if all migrants are expelled from the country or forced to sign contracts to go to war? Let's take a look.
Today, we're expelling all migrants from St. Petersburg. Come on, get out of here. Zirkitbar. What will happen to the city in just a couple of months? 80% of construction projects will come to a halt. This will lead to missed deadlines, loss of money, increased labor costs, and higher prices for apartments, taxis, delivery services, cleaning, food service, and even warehouses in Elburz. All of this will stop working for a long time. Businesses will have to raise salaries to hire Russians. And this will affect the final cost. Property owners will lose tenants, mortgage payments will be delayed, and there will be a flood of lawsuits. The government will lose a huge amount of tax revenue, and we will have to make up the difference. And in just a couple more months, the city will be buried in piles of garbage, waste, and disinfectants. This is just a small part of the consequences, but your life will never be the same.
What is the situation with migrants like in your city? And are there any among you or your acquaintances who have been taken to the war? Write in the comments. School children in Russia will soon become zombie patriots, if they haven't already, of course. Just imagine, in November, school bells in Russian schools will be replaced with patriotic melodies, according to the Russian Ministry of Education. There's already a short list of such songs. It includes My Brothers, Mother Russia, Dear Russia, We Are United, Invincible, and The Flag of My State. And here's what they're doing with children in Kamchatka. They organized a harmless autumn fair among 3-year-olds and gave the money to the war.
We held a fair with you, remember? Yes, and all the proceeds. we will generously give to the Heroes Lunch Program so that they can prepare and make delicious, nourishing soups for our brave defenders, the soldiers who protect us.
I have an unchanging question. And where the hell are their parents? They've taken away the children's future. Here it is, your Russia. Are you already aware that it's Halloween? It was cancelled in the Russian Federation. But that doesn't stop Russians, the Satanists, from performing their rituals. One was caught doing his dirty deeds right near a house in the Rostov region. A woman set up a camera near her gate and saw some very frightening footage. An unknown person in a black robe dragged a cow's head to her house, drew a pentagram in blood, and performed a ritual with candles. This is a gruesome, bloody ritual for death. I hope the next place for the ritual will be the residence. You know which one. Do you agree? And here's what bloody rubles and propaganda do to people. The singer Yolka removed the mention of Boryspil from her hit song Provence during a concert in Moscow. Instead of the original line, tomorrow at 7:22, I'll be in Boryspil, sitting on the plane and thinking about the pilot, a new, more patriotic version was performed. Tomorrow at 7:22, I'll be flying to you, sitting on the plane and thinking about the pilot, myself.
At exactly 7:22, I'll be coming to see you sitting comfortably on the plane, waiting for takeoff.
Notably, Elizaveta, also known as Yolka, is originally from Uzhhorod, Ukraine, in the west of the country, and throughout all the years of the war in Ukraine, she has avoided making public comments. For the first time, the singer spoke out on October 27th, stating that she wishes everyone wisdom and peace. As we can see, she hasn't gained any more wisdom. But money smells. Nature is really showing its force. Hurricane Melissa claimed the lives of 46 people in the countries of the Caribbean Basin. Vietnam is going underwater due to heavy rains and overflowing rivers. More than 116,000 homes and 5,000 hectares of crops have been flooded. The tourist cities of Hue, Hoi An, and Da Nang have suffered the most. According to the latest data, the number of deaths has reached more than 13 people.